Early interventionists working with families should view themselves as a collaborative coach helping the family support their child.
So it helps her to isolate her finger.
You need to be the one to provide information and emotional support to enhance the family's natural role as the people who support their child's development. The early interventionist should point out children's natural learning activities and identify incidental teaching opportunities with the family.
The strategies that I used, the dad really likes music a lot, and he had music playing in the background. And one of this child's particular IFSP goals is motor and working on balance and shifting his balance, climbing, and those kinds of motor goals. So I kind of took that to the next level and said, well, I know you've got music on. We can try to work on dancing because that's shifting his weight. And can you show me how you guys usually dance? Do y'all usually dance? And the dad and grandfather said, yeah, we usually do. So they kind of chimed right in. And making it fun, I think, is important. So taking that IFSP goal and making it functional and useful for what they're already doing is a strategy that I used.
Yeah. They know my granddaddy ain't gonna do that. Yeah.
It's important to involve families in discussions about what they want to do and enjoy doing. Identify the family routines and activities that will support the desired outcomes and acknowledge what the family is already doing. The early interventionist has to be intuitive as to how the family functions on a day-to-day basis. This knowledge helps you suggest ideas that families can embed into their daily routines that enhance development. Early intervention providers should engage with the adults to enhance confidence and competence and treat families as equal partners. The entire early intervention process must be dynamic and individualized to reflect the child's and family members' preferences, learning styles, and cultural beliefs. Adults all have different learning styles, and early interventionists should be sensitive and responsive to this. Each family member is a unique adult learner. It is important that early interventionists find out how families prefer to get some information. Not all families like handouts or written resource information. It may be appropriate with some families to model ideas or try them out with the family while you're there.
Yeah, this will help work on using two hands together. And I think this might be more manageable because
when working with families on goals and the IFSP, the early interventionist should reinforce their role as a team member who participates in a collaborative effort of developing the goals and deciding on services and supports.
There you go.
Early interventionists should be responsive and supportive to concerns and priorities of the family as they arise during a visit.
I've observed on several home visits where the mother will be sharing something. She may be sharing that she's really having a hard time right now with discipline. It's taking advantage of those moments, opportunities that parents just put out there to us. And instead of going on then to what is next in the list of objectives for the early interventionist, sometimes you just have to put all of that aside and going to that interviewing mentality of, tell me more about that. Very often that's where things get derailed, is when you don't take advantage of those moments that parents just put out there for you, and we can be focused on our own agendas instead of listening and being available and ready for what families are sharing.
We need to listen to families and respond appropriately to their concerns. IFSP can be changed as family needs and priorities change.
We are responsible for those IFSP goals, but we also need to be aware of what the priorities of the family are, and the trick is to mesh those goals of the IFSP into the priorities of the family.
So I think they put undue burden on themselves sometimes to stay true to exactly what's written in that goal, and really it's their job to take that long-term goal and build a program working up to it. If they sway this way to work with a family because they're having trouble with Johnny getting into the refrigerator, they can bring it back into, does he understand what they're saying to him? is he trying to say something that they don't understand? So
It is important to understand that values and priorities of families may be different from your own. We must also recognize that families have many things going on in their lives. Offering multiple supports to families may make them feel overwhelmed. It is important to help families think about what kinds of services are best for their family to participate in at that time.